Okay, so I still haven't jumped in the shower. I'm looking at the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. William and Kate. And there's some strange, uh, when I was really young, I used to stay at a friend's place who was the grandson of Sir Henry Wigley in New Zealand. And Sir Henry Wigley and his wife, I can't remember her name, and we would all go out in a jet boat and things. I was always a naughty child. Not naughty, but I asked so many questions about everything. But these same people, when we first moved to Queenstown in the South Island of New Zealand, I remember they had the Queen visit them. But she did a tour of New Zealand. This is back in 1968 or something. Oh, God. No, I don't look a day over. A day over 70. I'm actually 52 and not looking good, Olivia. Olivia Mulgrew, what has she done to you? Well, life's been tough. I can't get away from these magazines. Look at little Kate Middleton. Now, isn't she... so anyway, about the Queen. So the Queen did a tour. I was the naughty child that stepped through the line over the ropes because I wanted to say hello to the Queen. And the police quickly pushed me back, but she stopped. And because she was young then, she was young and beautiful. And I had so much admiration. I stood. There was this little boy in those days who my mum was working in this motel on the way to Frankton Arm, which is where they went to visit Sir Henry Wigley and to go to stay at the Frankton Arm Hotel. The Queen and her entourage. Sorry about this bloody noise. Turn off, Olivia. And I remember I stood there for hours waiting for them to come past with my little flag. And they slowed down and waved me. That's my... Yeah, I was so thrilled. So thrilled. So I'm not... If someone wrote to me and said I was discussing... Because I was discussing conspiracy theories and things. And I hadn't badmouthed anybody. I just stated what someone else had said. I'm not an anti-royalist. I'm not a royalist either. But then, every time on our journey, like Christianity, royal families, etc., everything has its place in time on our journey. But looking at these two, I mean, and Kate looks beautiful. She looks beautiful. Beautiful. What a beautiful looking woman. Yeah. Good living, you see. Like me. Good living. They were standing on Kensington Palace Green, drinking champagne. Well, I'm sitting in Bulgaria drinking cheap nasty coffee and smoking very bad for you, Olivia, roll your own cheap tobacco. Trying to get to a place where I can jump in the shower and then use the energy I need to create myself into something that sort of resembles human. can't pull myself away from these trashy magazines you gave me, Ellie. I love them. Oh my god. Oh, there. I take it all back. All the lectures I've given about, all the rants I've given about this dysfunction and worshipping of celebrities, they actually add to our life. Which tells us something about our life. It's shallow. Personal relationships no longer mean a lot. But did they ever? We now have relationships breaking up because people find their husbands are screwing around. Where before this faithful wife would be plodding away at home in her apron while her husband was just late at work. And then he would come home tired, so she would quickly slave and cook the tea for him. Those times are over, men. I mean, the resurgence of a goddess. I always have a philosophy about this. That the matriarchal rising within our culture. Maybe the goddess was so sick of the way that, she gave men a chance and they failed miserably. Lying and cheating, etc. I know I'm tarring men with the same brush, but they are made from the same mould. And the ones that are not are usually the worst offenders. Well, I'm not saying that women are any better or anything like that. It's just so lovely to immerse myself in all of this dysfunction. People smearing all these chemicals and things on their face to make themselves look. It's creative and artistic. Because I'm just a natural beauty. Natural beauty. Yeah, right. Oh my god, first choice. Turkey. It's just down the road. I'm just looking at this picture of those sandy beaches. It's in Turkey and it's just down the road. What do you think about it? Completely crashed out. There's kittens in the pot plant. Okay, it's nearly 12 o'clock, Olivia. Get in the shower and freshen your... God, I can't pull myself away from this, mate. There's that woman with no clothes on again. Joanna Lumley. And Jennifer Saunders. I mean... You think I'm joking when I said I was Patsy years ago? There was a time when my friend Clary Ann would... I would stay at her place if I went to town in Christchurch. She'd say, I know you're coming. She said, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear clunk, 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 clunk of the high heels coming down the pathway. And she said, I opened the door and there would be Patsy standing there. She said, looking identical to Patsy. She said, and he used to fall in the door. And I said, put you on your bed. Oh, dear. Those were the days. Not really. Oh yeah, really, probably. Don't know. I was a brave soul then. I was brave. I would go anywhere. Into the least likely place to welcome a transgendered person. I would plonk myself in the middle of it. and convince them that I was fabulous. It took me, yeah, no matter how long it took me, along with all my fabulous girly transgendered friends that I had, and I still have in New Zealand. Hello, I miss you all. And I've been spending lots of time lately remembering all the fun we used to have and the laughs and the tears. There was some tears too. Times were tough for us people back then. We are the survivors, girls. Really, blimey. And I had it relatively easy. Some of the things that the poor girls, these poor transgender girls, had to go through. And I see photos of them, and they're still like Flo, Selena, Donna, Jackie, all looking, all looking fabulous. Still. And I'm sitting in the shade with the sunlight in front of me, and I still look like shit. But it's all good to remember all of these things. Anyway, I'm bleating on remembering and flicking through these. It's OK magazine. I've got another magazine here. I think it's a Heat. Star. Oh, God. Slowly watching the silicon slipping in these people's faces. Apart from Joanna Lumley. And, but, saying that, these people with all of this filler that slips slowly still have, they're still very sexy. And I do not have 1 grain of sex appeal about me anymore, which I need to work on, because there was a time I used to look okay, you know, to the point I remember walking along the river by Hagley Park along the road towards the museum, and a man, and I was dolled up, but not looking too tranny-ish, just looking and feeling good as you do, strutting along my 4-inch heels at the time. Yeah, and this man was looking at me, and he drove into the river. Those were the days when you could catch a man's eye. Now I see, if I look at a man and he sees me looking at him, he quickly looks the other way and runs. You think I'm kidding? Oh my god. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to create the illusion of looking a little bit better today in a moment. Oh, let's have another cup of coffee and finish reading my magazine. Ciao. Dear. What are you doing, Olivia? What are you doing? See, 5 minutes of a trashy magazine, and I'm totally... all the spirituality's just gone out the window. Not really. Because I'm going to manifest myself a youthful, sexy look. I'm going to manifest it. Thanks for watching. See ya.